Hi guys and girls and guys. This is a reading for the full moon in Leo. That has already happened a few hours ago now. Let's tune in to the fire energy with this. The sun moved to Aquarius, which is my sun sign. Always happy to see it. And I know we are already past the full moon and the eclipse, but the energy of the eclipse is a more profound one. So I decided that I want to make this reading anyway, because these energies may be present in your life for next 6 months. And this eclipse is particularly important because this is the ending eclipse on the Aquarius Leo axis. They began 1.5 years ago, more or less, and you might have felt them very strongly during this time, especially around July 2018. So now they are coming to an end, and now it's time to recapture, revise all the energy, all the processes that have been going on during this time. That's kind of final look at it, and I think it's worth trying. I think it's important to pay attention to those energies once more. The final look of a kind. Okay, so the cards are already on the table. I have 3 cards from wonderful Santa Muerte Tarot. I would like to use it more often. I know people are afraid of this deck because it contains skeletons, but try to look at it this way. You also contain skeleton. Are you afraid of skeletons? If you are, imagine that you have one inside, and you're quite familiar with it in reality. So a very useful, beautiful deck, very thought through, I think. I'm thinking about having the Oracle, because I heard that it really completes the tarot deck. But anyway, let's start. From this deck, I have 3 cards for the general energy of this eclipse. And what I have is King of Swords, which may very well be the Aquarian energy coming in. I have 7 of Pentacles, which is an earthy energy. And I have Fire, Knight of Wands, charging forward. So we have everything but cups here. And I think it's important to mention it, because this seems quite rigid, very masculine, especially that at the bottom of the deck I also have another King of Pentacles. So it's about being responsible, accountable, logical, very cool mind here with King of Swords. He may seem even too cold. That's why I think it's important to incorporate heart energy into the process here. But what's the energy that I see? I see the brilliant mind that is ready to look on things, on processes, on energies in a very balanced way, unconditioned way, not being distorted by some kind of prejudices and or fear. There is no fear here. He's depicted as a soldier of some kind, a general. He has this emblem here, so he has proved that he's brave. And what's this bravery and this brilliant mind for? I think it's here for 7 of Pentacles, which in this deck means counting things, evaluating whatever you have been doing. Count your successes. I would say don't count your failures, because I don't want you to perceive things as failures. I want you to perceive everything as lessons, if you will. I think there is need to really look in a very unmannered way at whatever you've been doing for the last 1.5 years, and really take accountability on this. Face it. Sometimes we tend to postpone these things or not to face them because we are afraid of the result of this evaluation. But if we don't do this, we are unable to make proper steps into the future because we haven't learned anything if we don't do this. So, even if you think that your success or your failure or your, mediocre result is obvious, take a look, sum up last 1.5 years, summarize, evaluate with a very clear mind, because it's going to give you a very valuable information about what to do next. And I also feel it's going to encourage you to do things. It's going to show you in a very clear way where your desire lies. What's your heart's desire? What is that you want in your life? And what do you want to pursue? And you need this information from the past. You need to sum things up with a clear mind in order to move forward. So, as I said, a serious energy, but I think it can be a very fruitful one, like a propeller. Okay, now for the signs. We begin with Aquarius. And Aquarius has the Magician. Beautiful intuitive tarot, Czech edition. You can see how he's playing with elements. Fire, air, water, whatever it is. He makes it all look easy. And it can look easy for Aquarius. And good for you, Aquarius. Good for me also. Just remember about your heart. Remember about the element of emotion. Don't let yourself be too rigid in whatever you're doing. Don't let yourself be too manipulative, because this can be a very manipulative energy. Using your wit without thinking about deeper consequences or taking only your interest into account. Be more responsible than that. Be the bright side. Be the balanced side of the Magician. Pisces. It can be especially important lunation for you. You have Sviat, which is the world or the universe. So definitely an ending of a cycle, and a very important one, and the one ended with success here. So you really need to make this sum up process in order to see that you've been through something, and now you're moving through a doorway of some kind, because the world is the doorway card. And a new opportunity, a new phase is just waiting for you. It can be very triumphant, I think, this energy for you. Aries, you have 3 of discs. I love the depiction here. It shows how 3, how do you call it? Clockwork circles? I don't know. How these pieces of machinery are moving together in order to create something greater. You can be small, but your skills and your education and your talent contributes to something greater than you are. When you work, especially when you work together with other people. This is something trespassing the possibilities of a single human. But when you work together with people, then something beautiful and more important and bigger than yourself may occur out of this. This is about good work anyway. It doesn't matter if you work with others or not. You're at the top of your performance here. So make use of this energy in order to be productive and effective. Then we have Taurus, and you have 7 of Swords. In this deck, it's quite different than the usual one, and I love it very much because I think it's about wit. I think it's about being smart. This person is definitely thinking about how to get to those. Or he may be the one who covered them from others, and they are safe here. So you can be very smart these days, and you can make something safe and secure, or you can find a way to get to the hidden treasure. As for Gemini, 4 of discs. So yeah, lots of this working energy for you. 4 of discs is about holding to what you have, and it's clearly depicted here. And there's nothing wrong in it if it remains in balance. It's good to have strong foundation. It's good to have a base you can lean on. There's nothing wrong in it. When you access it, when you hold on too tight to something, when you don't let yourself dive deeper into the energy, when you don't let any energy out, then nothing can come in too. So be careful about maybe not what, but how hard are you holding on to things you already have. Perhaps it's a good time to make a plan for new things, to make a plan for growth, not only for maintaining whatever you're having. I love the energy that Cancer has. 3 of Cups. It's the energy of Cancer, and it's about, again, co-working or just being together with other people and enjoying and celebrating things and being happy with whatever you have achieved alone or with others. Share your cups with others. Have fun. Be joyous. Celebrate. Laugh. Do things together. And I think it's very nicely it counterbalances the energies here. As I said, there's a lack of water here, and it's present here in the Cancer sign. Okay. One more thing: don't watch only your sun sign, because it's a piece of information. You have other pieces in other parts of your horoscope. Definitely you should know your ascendant, so you need to know the time of your birth. If you don't know it, try to check it out. If you don't know it anyway, still watch your moon sign, your Venus and Mars sign, also your Mercury sign can be important in some ways. Okay? All right, now for Leo. What do we have? We have 2 of discs. I think it's about purpose. Especially here, you can see some kind of a vision, and it's definitely a vision. It's a double vision, binoculars. One eye sees blue, the other sees yellow. Perhaps it's not visible here, these colors, but they are different in the center. You can see. 2 of discs, they say it's about balancing things and keeping things in motion. And yes, it is. Very often it's about going with the flow and doing everything you need to do, not really thinking about where it takes you. So this card for me shows the necessity to look at the direction you're going. Is it really the direction that I've chosen? Or have I drifted somewhere, perhaps? Perhaps there is a need to correct your course in life. Check your balance and check your daily routine here also. Virgo, you have Major Arcana, Devil. Devil is always about fear. So it may be that you're afraid to sum things up. It may be that you don't want to think about the direction, think about the new things you want to do. Perhaps you feel unsafe about summing up something. But remember, it's always your choice. And remember that whenever the devil appears, this is an opportunity for a great change. Because when we realize where our energy is frozen, these are all the things that we are afraid of in the devil. Things we don't want to see in ourselves, things we don't want to touch, things we don't want to be responsible for. When you realize how much energy is stored there, maybe you will find the will and the strength to face the devil. And it may as well appear that the face isn't so terrible as you imagine. As terrible as you imagine, sorry. Then we have Libra. Beautiful card. A 10 of Wands. So something needs to be ended here. You can see a silhouette that is supporting the construction, whereas the construction should support itself. So this is the final final stage to really look upon your life, the process you are going through, the energies you are experiencing, and look what you can do in order to set yourself free from this situation. It should support itself. You are not a piece of architecture to stand there and break your back. No, you are not. You are free to go. So either you think of a way to make the final supportive piece of this construction, and then your work is done here when you do it, or you see there is no way to do it and then you let it crumble. Either way, there is exit from this situation. This is the end of the cycle. And the best way to end it is to, weave it into the fabric of your life. So find this final supportive piece of architecture instead of you. You are not supposed to hold it for the rest of your life. Definitely not. Okay. Scorpio. 3 of Wands, and it's definitely about vision here in this deck. So you really need to make this summing up in order to move forward in the direction that you want to go. This is also about how do you what's the word? How do you set yourself in the future? How do you project? Yeah, how do you project yourself in the future? Who do you want to become? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to create in your life? What is that you're welcoming in your life? Time to feel it. Wonderful time to feel it. Sagittarius, you have Major Arcana, Lovers. For me, this card's about choice and duality. So either you're thinking about the important choice that you have to make, and what to choose, which first step is the right first step, or it can be about seeing through the perceived duality, because sometimes we don't need to choose. Sometimes we think we have to choose, but the reality is that we can be both, or we can choose both. We can go both ways sometimes. And it requires, reasoning, definitely. Being responsible for life, because this is also the card about responsibility, taking responsibility over your choices. Okay? And finally, Capricorn, another card that I love, and I love to see it here for Capricorn. This is the Knight of Cups. So again, water energy for Capricorn, as for Cancer, and it really makes the whole reading softer for Capricorns. It's like there is this addition of water, addition of emotions and feelings into the equation, and that's why I think the decision that you make about the direction may be a softer one than the other signs do. You are not only thinking it through, but you also feel it in your heart. You feel the right direction in your heart, and you are supported by this very precious engine of your heart in whatever you sum up here. There is compassion here, there is love in action here. So beautiful card for Capricorn for this time. Okay, guys, I wish you all a wonderful day, week, month, and half a year, most definitely. And I hope I see you in next readings. Until then.